Their latest album is called Welcome to Wherever You Are. It is due out on the shelves and stores in 2 weeks. Please, let's have a big welcoming for Kirk, Pengilly, and Tim Farriss of INXS.
Bunch of people. Okay.
Don't egg them on. God. The more you egg them on, they'll just keep going.
My goodness.
All right. Now let's get down to it. Let's talk about this for a second. You have a new record coming out in a couple weeks, and this time you guys took control of the boards in the studio. Is that correct?
Well, it's something we wanted to do probably for a long time. You know, we were saw our future as producing our own records, and you know, this record was the time to start, and it was a really great thing. It felt like what was in our studio back home, and we just did whatever we wanted, and you know, we're responsible for what we did. So instead of sort of saying, well, it was the producer's fault, we have no one to blame.
Well, actually, you know, I was curious. I mean, you've been around for a really long time. You've had, you know, zillions of well-selling records. But when you formed, you know, what was the biggest goal for you? When you formed, did you think, gosh, we really want to get signed, and from there, whatever we do is going to be great? Or, you know, we really want to play Wembley to 75,000 people? Or, you know, or is producing your record now the culmination of your career where you have complete control over what's going on?
Basically, yes.
All of the above, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, we've been together for so long, we haven't had like a meteoric rise to fame. You know, everything sort of was one plateau at a time, and I think the first time we heard ourselves on the radio was a real blast, and then the first time we headlined an arena was a real blast, and the next time, you know, it just carries on from that. But I think producing our own music's probably the most important step we've ever taken.
So yeah, I mean, what's going to come next, though?
Oh,
what else is there?
Just watch and see.
Okay, that's fine with me. You know, I had one interesting point that I was reading about you guys when you were in Australia, that you're lucky enough that the radio wasn't segregated. There was no classic rock. There was no. I mean, did you found that difficult at first for people to understand?
In America, yeah. I mean, when we first came here, more so than now, the radio stations were very segregated. You had your black stations, your heavy metal, whatever, and we kind of play all types of music, all mixed into one. And I think it took a while for people to really. They couldn't put a label on us, and so now we've sort of created our own label, INXS, you know, and it seems to work for us, you know.
That's great. Now, I know on the new record you're going to have a 60-piece orchestra. We've got Heaven Sent. I think we're going to play that in a second. But what else are we going to hear on this record? I mean, more sax solos or more guitar riffs, or what's going to happen on this record?
I think what really happened on this record was we just basically, you know, the songs that sound funky sound a lot more funky, and the songs that are really raw sound a lot more raw, and
just took everything a bit further, you know.
Yeah, or maybe not as far, you know, if you know what I mean. And from that point of view, I think it's a really honest record. We also made it really fast. You know, we didn't sort of spend ages dicking around. You know, we just went in and recorded the record and
shut the computer games off.
And got the
no more intended. All right, well, great. It's coming out in 2 weeks. And right now we have the latest video. This is Heaven Sent from INXS. Thank you very much.